I definitely didn't succeed. So what do you do when you fail? I am waiting to get my Washington driver's license, so I'm here a bit early. I have waited to do this video because honestly, I don't have anything positive to say, so I didn't know why I would do one. I didn't feel like I had anything anybody would want to hear right now. I don't have any exciting news about anything. So I wasn't going to do any videos because I thought people probably only want to hear when you say, you know, all these things are going to work. So I'll let you know as I go, and then they work. People only want to hear about that. And which is true. I mean, because who wants to sit there and be like, listening to somebody talk about failure all the time and be bummed out. So there was no reason for me to make a video, but I wanted to just share because I thought maybe that this video was about sharing life together. If it is not, then just don't even watch it. So some of the things that I had said early on was obviously that I wanted to lose weight. I'm uncomfortable being overweight. Physically and mentally, it's always been a problem for me. And also the following through with diets and regiments has always been really difficult for me to do too. And it makes me sound like a lazy person or a person who gives up. But you can ask people who know me. That's not my character. So really, this whole situation has been really bringing up questions for me as far as what is my mental block. And I do think it has a lot to do with the mental block, because there are a lot of great ideas for eating well and staying fit and things out there that people can do all the time and lose weight. So what's with the mental block? So I do want to find out that. I don't really understand. I have a lot of fear of failure when it comes to these things, because that's pretty much my experience is failing. And my approach almost feels, I don't know, it feels ridiculous because I wanted to start slow, but you can't really start slow when you're overweight. Like, you have to dive in, and you see that. You see that you have to dive in and start letting go of things and tightening up things and making, being consistent and things like that. And I just was doing, eating, I was just eating pretty healthy, I felt like. Still allowing things, but eating pretty healthy, staying active. I was staying really active. And I was, trying to do some internal cleansing to get all toxins out and things like that. Now that really, I felt like that really helped, the cleanse, just to feel better as far as, getting myself all cleaned out. But just taking it so slow, taking it so slow and just saying, I'm going to just eat healthy, drink a lot of water, and stay active. That was sort of my starting point to sort of maybe shed off a few pounds, maybe get going, towards something. And it has not worked at all. I've gained 15 pounds since I decided to do that. And I don't ever know what factors are. Is it stress? We just moved and started a business. I don't think so. Of course it's stressful. And of course, as you're working through anything, like any type of anything, we all should be working on something, right? Like, we're all growing. Our desire is to always be better for most of us. That's my desire. So there's always going to be something that you go through to grow. So if that's the case, I'm never going to not be stressed, or I'm never not going to have a problem. If I ignore it, I mean, what is that doing? Or if I work through it, what is that doing? So there always going to be some level of, I don't know, working through something. So I can't imagine it being overly stressed. I have a lot of kids. That's work, but it's my life and I love that. So I don't know. If that's the case, I am never losing a pound. If it's those things, if it's real life, I'm never losing a pound. I just don't think it is. I'm coming to some facts in my life, and one of which is I can't do this alone. Like, I felt very alone in this. I know that there's other people around me that have struggled with weight, but to just not have someone by your side encouraging you and, sparring you on, that's difficult. So I feel like you need to be with people who know your struggle and you're honest with them and that they can help you. And I sort of was hoping to do that here through just comments and stuff. I feel like being connected to people, you feel like, okay, I'm connected and I have, the ability to talk with somebody and get their, maybe advice. Sometimes you need advice, but even just to encourage one another or share struggles, but in a way where you're not whining and complaining, you're just moving forward. But sometimes that takes a little bit of discouragement. Like, I'm discouraged right now, but I don't want to, cry about it or whine about it, but I want my heart to be allowed to be discouraged. Anyway, so I do think we need each other. I think we were built for community and unity, so that's important. I'm getting ready to maybe try something. I didn't want to try programs. I didn't want to try pills. I didn't want to try all that because I really, really wanted to do this on my own. I really honestly wanted to, I felt like God had a way He wanted us to eat, and I wanted to just be obedient to that. So I have a lot of things to think through. I only really wanted to do this video to say, I don't know if it's to say I failed. I definitely didn't succeed. So what do you do when you fail? That's the hard part, right? Like, that's always felt like the hard part for me. Failing. That's when I don't ever get back up again for a while. Look how dirty my window is right here for my kids. I have dirty-handed kids. Okay. That's what happens when you fail. You just get down and you don't move forward. But I'm not going to do that. I'm ready to succeed long term. And when you start overweight, there's a lot more giving up than you think or that you're ready for even. So I have to decide what that looks like. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say. It almost feels like a pointless video, but it's almost like a journal, like where you talk to somebody about what you're going through, and maybe there's hope on the other side for me and for others, and maybe we could talk about it. But I'm not really discouraged this time. I just like always, I really want hope and I want help and I want to move forward. So I need to know what that looks like. And I do get, advice from people and their opinions and thoughts. And what do we do with people's opinions and thought? Is it truth to us? Is it real? Is it scientifically proven? Like, what is real? The realest thing that I know is that there are a lot of diets and a lot of ways of eating and a lot of ways of living that work for people. They just do. I'm also finding that it has to work for you and your body. So what works for me personally? What works for you personally? Figure that out.